3 things I'd tell my 30-year-old self. Look at this. Listen. I came outside to record a video, and it's not gonna happen. Listen at them. We gotta go inside because the dogs is barking. You hear the neighbor just started the weed eater. So let's go inside. All right, so we're inside, and I have been thinking a lot about the younger version of me, right? Not the little girl version, not the teenage version, but the 30-year-old me woman. The woman who was grown, but was still learning. The woman who had responsibilities, children, bills, dreams, gifts, and so much potential. The woman who thought she had plenty of time. And I do not say that in a negative way, as if you can't rebuild in your 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s. I do not say it in that way, because I truly believe we still have time. As long as you have breath in your body, baby, you still got time. And I truly believe that. However, I do wish there were some things that I would have known a lot earlier. Things that I wish I would have had someone to sit me down and say, sis, listen, you are not just living for today. You are currently building the life that your future self is going to have to live in. If I could sit my 30-year-old self down, I would not tell her to work harder. I would tell her these 3 things, and it really would have saved her years. I'm talking 10 plus years. And honestly, this may not just be for my 30-year-old self. Maybe this is for the woman who is in her 40s, 50s, 60s, feeling like she gave so much of herself away, delayed so many dreams, ignored so many signs, and now she's trying to figure out, how do I come back home to myself? So that brings me to the first thing that I would tell my 30-year-old self. I would tell her to stop putting yourself last and calling it love. That's a hard one, because I thought that being strong meant that I had to carry everything by myself. I thought being loyal, it meant to stay as long as I could to see if I could make it work better, or what I could do to make it work better. I thought that being a good woman, a good mother, a good partner, a good friend meant that I had to make sure that everybody else was okay, even when I wasn't okay myself. Listen, I'm not saying that I do not love people. That is not what I'm saying. Nor am I saying I don't love my children, my grandchildren, my parents, people like that's important to me in my life. I'm not saying that. I'm not even saying don't show up for people. However, I would tell my 30-year-old self that you cannot continue to abandon yourself just to show up for people and expect to feel whole at the end. It's just not going to happen. That is what happens when you do not put yourself first and you put everybody else above you. Because at the end of the day, the older you get, you're going to realize that it's just you. You are the one that's sitting there holding the bag, especially when you've put your dreams and goals and things on hold for everybody else. You're going to be left sitting there at the end saying, wow, how did I get here? You don't notice it right away. In the beginning, it feels like sacrifice. And you know, sometimes you say sacrifice is good, right? I mean, I sacrificed when I went into the military. It was not what I wanted to do, but I knew as a teenage mother, I didn't have many choices and options. So the military was a sacrifice for me. And when you do sacrifices, the next thing that follows is responsibility. So it's going to feel like you're responsible to take care of certain things and certain people in certain ways. And it makes it feel like it's normal. Until one day you wake up and realize you don't even know who the hell you are and what you're doing and what you even want anymore. Like, nobody prepares you for that, right? So that's why I'm talking to my 30-year-old self in this way. It's like a lot of reflecting that I've done. So hopefully if you're watching this, you can understand, especially if you are younger than 40 and you're watching this. I really hope that you take some time to listen to everything that I'm sharing and really evaluate to make sure that you are not making these mistakes, because I would hate for you when you get in your 40s right at 50 to feel the same way when you watch this video. And that's the purpose of this video, is for me to share some knowledge and wisdom with you. So hopefully I can save somebody some missed time. When you start responding to everybody else's goals and dreams, your own dreams and goals eventually become on hold indefinitely if you allow that. It's like your goals and dreams become an inconvenience to you. Your own goals and dreams starts to feel selfish And at some point, your own rest, you stopping to rest, it starts to feel lazy. I would tell 30-year-old me, baby, your life, it matters too. And you better act like it. You got to learn some kind of balance. Your dreams matter. Your body matters. Your peace matters. Your money matters. Your purpose matters. Your joy matters. You're not here just to be useful for everybody else. You can't continue to pour and pour and pour, because if you keep pouring out of your cup, eventually it's going to get empty. How are you going to refill it? You are not here just to be strong and to survive. Like, you're here for way more than that. Your purpose is way greater. You got to believe that. You got to know that your purpose is greater. You were put on this earth to live. And a lot of times we can forget that so easily with life because it happens so fast. And if I could go back to my 30-year-old self, I would tell her to make sure that she's making choices and decisions that have her future self in mind. I would tell her to stop shrinking to make other people feel comfortable. I would tell her to stop ignoring that little feeling in your stomach when something does not feel right, because God gave us that intuition for something. And when it don't feel right, baby, 9 times out of 10, it ain't right. I would tell her that her love should not require her to lose herself. And I also would tell her that putting herself first does not mean that she does not care about other people either. It means that she finally cares about herself too. The second thing I would tell my 30-year-old self is to learn how money works before it forces you to learn. Not just enough to pay bills, not just enough to stay on that job, not just how to make enough money to survive. I would tell her to really learn money, like learn credit inside and out, learn investing inside and out, learn digital skills, baby, dig deeper into sales, marketing, psychology, learn how to create income that is attached to more than just one paycheck or one stream, preferably the kind of income that's going to pay you every single month more and more and more, to where you start the month with more money every month. You don't want to ever start a month at zero. And when you work a job, that's exactly what you're doing. You start every single month at zero, and you got to work physically, put in those hours to get more money. So you got to have your money working for you, because if you don't, you're going to always be behind the 8 ball. I know a lot of people don't invest in their 401ks or whatever ways, your Roth IRAs, because you just don't have enough money. But you got to understand, at some point, if you're not making your money grow for you, you're going to be the one hurting at the end. Let an emergency come up and you don't have enough money. Like, what are you going to do? You have got to be thinking about these things. And I haven't even touched on the nurse account, and I'm not really going to touch on that. But I know we were never really taught that you need to prepare for when you get 60, 70, 80. Like, if something happens to you, who's going to take care of you? Like, these are conversations that really matter. They should happen in your 20s and your 30s, not when you get 40, darn near 50. No, these are things that need to really happen in your early 20s and 30s, really, but really early 20s. But if you don't know better, then you can't do better. So that's why I'm making this video. For the person who's under the age of 30 watching this video right now, I really hope that you take some lessons from this. And I know I said that a minute ago, but I'm saying it again because it's really that important. You got to learn how to build options, because when you're younger, you think, oh, I'll get to it later. I'll save later. I'll invest later. I'll start the business later. I'll learn the skill later. I'll build a brand later. I'll figure it out later. I'll make more money later. But baby, later, it comes so fast. And don't let a life's emergency pop in there. It's going to come super fast. And when later actually comes, sometimes it does not wait for you to get ready or be ready. It's here, and it ain't nothing you can do. And that's how people become homeless. That's how come people lose things that they spent years to build, because they were not properly prepared. Life can shift so quickly. Jobs will change. Their priority is the CEO and how he chooses to run his company. If that means letting you go in whatever department you're in, they don't care how many years of service you've been, they will let you go. They don't care about you. That's why you got to prepare for yourself. Relationships will change. You got to understand that any moment, any person can switch up, no matter the bond. Like, it don't matter. You got to be prepared for relationships that can change. Your body will change. Your responsibilities will change. Your confidence will change. Your whole life can look totally different than you would have ever expected it to. And guess what? It can happen so fast. Because I promise, going from 30 to 40 and almost 50, it happens so quick. I'm sitting here like, oh, baby, how we get here? Like, how do we get here? For real. Like, what? I would tell my 30-year-old self, do not wait until you need money to figure out how to make more money. Build while things are calm. Learn while you have the time. Practice when there is no pressure. Because baby, it is a totally different feeling and situation when you're trying to build from a place of your back is against the wall. It's a totally different feeling when you have pressure and you're trying to build a business, figure out content, create sales, have a strategy, put together systems, all of that. Like, don't do it when you under pressure. Do it when it's calm. So I would tell my 30-year-old self, use your gifts now. Do not sit on your ideas. Don't consume everybody else's content. Don't watch other people build. Start learning, practicing, creating, selling. Start building something that is yours, something that you own and that you can control, that's not dependent on anyone else. Money is not just about buying things. Money is about choices. The more money you make and the more money you have, the more you have better choices. That's just like people who choose to go out and get a BBL, people who choose to go out and do things, enhancements to their face, get the skin renewing. All of those things are possible because they have the money. Have you seen an older lady that's like in her 70s or 60s and she look like she's 25 or 30 because she has the money to be able to take care of herself and she's able to do things that require money. But when you broke or you don't have but a little bit of money, you don't get those options. So that's why you see people that's in their early 40s and they out here looking like they 60 or 70 because they don't have the money to take care of themselves. That's why you would never see me hating on anybody who chooses to get a BBL or whatever they want to do to enhance their body for themselves, because guess what? That's their money. If they want to get it done, they have the ability to do that. That's the whole purpose. You want more choices. Money gives you options. It allows you to not feel trapped. It allows you to do things that a lot of other people can't even do. They got the nerve to say all of these things, but they couldn't even be on your level if they wanted to because their pocket's not big enough. Money is about being able to move when God say move. If you've been praying to God about something and he tells you and you don't have the money to move, then guess what? You got to wait or you got to figure other things out. Money gives you choices and options that's not available to a lot of people because they don't have disposable income like that. Money is about being able to take care of yourself without being a burden to others, without stressing someone else out, even yourself out, asking people, begging people, waiting on other people to rescue you. No, you need money so that you can do this for yourself. I would tell my 30-year-old self that, baby, listen, you can't sit here and worry about what other people have and what they don't have. God gave us all skills and talents and abilities. You got to figure out what is best for you. We all have gifts. Some people have different gifts than others, but baby, you need to discover your gift earlier so that you can learn how to allow your gift to create the income that you need because you got it. You may just not know what it is. One of the biggest things I would tell my 30-year-old self is, honey, you got to learn how to move through grief. That is where I have spent almost 10 years of my life stuck in grief because I did not lose my first person in my entire life that was close to me until after I was 40 years old. And I just did not know how to process it. So that's a lot for me. I sat still for almost 10 years stuck in grief. And that is insane when I sit here and think about it. But guess what? That's why I'm making this video to you so that you don't have to go through what I went through. The third thing that I would tell my younger self is to trust your voice sooner. Whew. This is big and this is personal because I have spent so much time overthinking what to say, how I sound, how I look. The C word changed some things about me physically that you may not see, but I see it every time I create a video, every time I do a photo. You may not see it, but I see it and it bothers me. But I have to work harder through overthinking because guess what? It don't even matter. I'm uniquely me. There's not another Nikki PinkkGoddess, also known as Coach Nick, on this earth. You're not going to get another me. Just like for you, there's not another you. Overthinking what people will think, what they will say, that is so overrated. Overthinking if you're ready, if you're qualified, if anybody will care, because guess what? It don't matter whether they care or not. You need to be the one to care. You need to be the one to know where you're going because guess what? You the one with the directions. You the one with the map. Can't nobody else see that? I would tell my 30-year-old self, your voice will never get stronger if you continue to hide it. How is it going to get stronger if you won't show it? You get stronger by using it. You get clearer when you speak more. You get better by doing. Your message is going to come as you move, not by sitting around waiting for the perfect version of you to show up because guess what? Practice always comes before perfect. And there's really no perfect thing. The awkward version comes, the nervous version comes. All of that is gonna come before you get better. The person who records 4, 5, 6, 7 times the same thing, you gotta continue to practice in order to get better. That's the only reason why you don't wanna turn on the camera, because you haven't done it before. That's just like when you start a job. You don't know nothing about that job, you gotta learn it. Same thing with anything else. You gotta put in the work and learn it. I wish I had understood all of this more. I wish I would have documented more. I wish I would have created more. I wish I would have trusted what I know more. I wish I would have trusted that my story was valuable, even though it wasn't polished yet. Being polished is not a requirement. It's still your story. So I would tell 30-year-old me to stop waiting to be her before you start acting like her. Become her now. Start now. Speak now. Build now. Try it now. Record it now. Do it now. Apply it. Heal. Choose yourself now. Because guess what? The time gonna pass by anyway. So the truth is, I cannot go back in time and become 30 again. I cannot go back and make different decisions with the wisdom that I have now. I can't do that. But I can honor my 30-year-old self, right? And you're thinking, how can I honor her? I can honor her by becoming the woman she needed. I can stop blaming her for what she did not know. I can stop being angry at myself for the years that have passed. And I can stop and will stop saying I should be further by now. Because the truth is, I'm awake now. And guess what? I had to go through what I've been through to get to where I am so that I can go to where I'm going. That's powerful in itself, baby. Rebuilding is not starting over. It's starting from wisdom, baby. You're not no little whippersnapper. You got some wisdom about yourself. It's looking back at the younger version of yourself and saying, I understand why you did what you did, but baby, we moving differently now. We're choosing ourselves now. We're learning money now. We're trusting our voice now. We're no longer waiting for permission. We're done shrinking. We're done putting everybody's wants and needs above ours. We're no longer calling self-neglect sacrifice. Done. And no more allowing fear to make decisions for us. So if you're watching this and you're in your 30s or even your 40s and 50s, I want to say this to you. Do not wait. Do not wait to put yourself first. Do not wait to learn money. Do not wait to learn your voice. You got to trust your voice now. And if you're watching this and you're over 40, I need you to hear you're not too late. You're not too old. You did not miss a thing. You're not behind, beyond repair. Nope, that's not true. You know why? Because you're wiser now, you're clearer now, and you're stronger now. And the same lessons that you wish you knew earlier can become the foundation for the woman that you're currently becoming, baby. So those are the 3 things that I would tell my 30-year-old self. Stop putting yourself last. Learn how money works really, really fast and learn it good. Learn all of the ins and outs of how money works and trust your voice much sooner. So those are the 3 things that I would tell my 30-year-old self. If this hits you in any kind of way, please comment and let me know which one you related to the most. And of course, if you like my content, please consider subscribing, liking, and sharing. I greatly appreciate you. And I thank you for watching to the end, because you already know it's officially level up season. It's your girl, Nikki PinkkGoddess, also known as Coach Nick, signing out. And guess what, baby? I will see you on the next video. And I want you to comment level up if you want to know how I'm getting to a bag in my 40s too. Let's get it, baby. Let's go.